Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NBA news. So we're going to run to here, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about here with the Phoenix Suns from this morning and from last night. So we're going to get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is Devin Booker. So take this with a grain of salt. Stephen A. Smith said this. Devin Booker reportedly wants to join the Knicks, per at Stephen A. Smith. Devin Booker might deny it. I haven't spoken to him. I'm just telling you the scuttlebutt in the NBA circles is that the brother wants to be in New York. I wasn't kind of excited for this until I seen per Stephen A. Smith. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, that's not going to happen. But the most recent rumors he's been right about, but I don't think this one will happen. I don't know if he's gonna be there, but he's been on point with his sources. But is he really a source though? When it comes to players, quote, wanting to join the Knicks? Remember when he said Kyrie and KD were gonna be Knicks? Probably the best thing ever happened to that franchise, not getting them. But I don't know what the sources are. I feel like he's just yapping here for clicks. Wouldn't surprise me if Devin Booker wanted to go to the Knicks. It wouldn't surprise me you get a superstar shooting guard. But I don't see it. So, per Shams, the Suns, they are considering firing Frank Vogel. Once again, Frank Vogel will be the scapegoat, like he was in the Los Angeles Lakers. Poorly constructed roster that clearly wasn't going to win anything, but yet Frank Vogel will get the blame. KD is going to get another coach fired. Yeah, he had Kevin Durant standing on the corner on offense, but I don't know. He just had a career low in touches and shots attempted in the playoff series. They stuck him in the corner, so. But he's at his best when he has the basketball and can ISO. But you gotta have leaders. They just didn't have enough leadership on this basketball team. He learned nothing on Golden State about being a leader. It's always been Curry's team, just like on the Warriors. It was always Curry's team. He was the leader of that team. But a bottom 7 bench in the NBA, it's easy to play defense when the best defense in the NBA, and when you're the best defense in the NBA, you just have to go slow down KD and slow down Buck and Beal because he sucks. But I feel like excuses. He's just a scapegoat. Good coach had to coach a horrible team because Bradley Beal's not the same player he used to be. He's not that big time scorer he used to be. Horrible bench. Just not good of a constructed roster outside of KD and Booker. But yeah, he's gonna have him. They're gonna have Frank Vogel as a scapegoat. It's always the coach's fault, right, nowadays. No accountability for these so-called elite players. You can bring the best coach and they will be an average team. With no defense or discipline, like. They're probably going to fire Frank Vogel, but I don't think it's a great decision. Just the roster wasn't that good. So, a Suns source now says Matt Ishbia, I think their GM, owner, end quote, has no idea what he's doing when it comes to basketball. End quote here. It's like Looney Tunes around here. It's felt unstable since Ishbia arrived. He's a good guy and everything, I think. But he's just very involved. Too involved. I know he played college basketball at Michigan State, but I'd venture to say he has no idea what he's doing when it comes to basketball, yet he's making a lot of the big decisions. Well, oh my god, that's crazy. And this didn't come out until they got swept. You can't fool me, I'm familiar with your game. It's like Looney Tunes around here. Apparently they didn't see Looney Tunes beat the monsters to save the planet. Looks like Looney Tunes know a thing or two about basketball. But yeah, wonder who said this. Like, I'm kind of curious who said this quote. I don't think it's, whoever's decision the Beal trade was their fault. That was one of the worst trades in history, but I don't know who said this. I don't think it's Kevin Durant. You know the franchise was cooked there when he said it's like Looney Tunes around here. But I guess, yeah, I mean, when he traded for Beal, it was a bad trade now. But maybe Matt Sheba isn't that good of an owner. Maybe he has no idea what he's doing when it comes to basketball. Who knows? I mean, I'm not there behind the scenes with Matt Sheba. I don't know what his thought processes are, like the Beal trade. Not really constructing a great roster for Frank Vogel to work with, a bad bench. But yeah, it was just a disaster of a season for the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant never felt comfortable with his role in Phoenix's offense alongside Devin Booker and Bradley Beal this season, per Shams Charania. Those sources said Durant had persistent issues with the offense, feeling that he was being relegated to the corner far too often and not having the proper designs to play to his strengths, and the offense was built around pick and rolls. It's not really an excuse, like, the staff just sucked, and kind of sticking him in the corner. Like, KD's at his best when he's making plays, not just being stuck in the corner. And he shot good this series, but too bad he specifically asked to be traded there. So I can't feel bad for you, KD. I mean, you asked to be traded here, so. But remember when Anthony Edwards said they got KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels. And KD had 3 games below 45% shooting. Considering he averaged 29, that's good, pretty good defense. Or not 3, 2. But they did a great job on KD this series. So, trying to find any more news here. Juwan Howard has agreed to join the Brooklyn Nets as an assistant coach. Howard spent 6 seasons as a Heat assistant before returning to Michigan for 5 years as head coach, and he arrives as part of Jordy Fernandez's first staff, so he's going to join the Brooklyn Nets as an assistant coach. My God. I mean, the Nets sure are building a interesting staff. I mean, Jordy Fernandez led Kansas to their first FIBA World Cup medal, but it's whatever. The Nets are just, they're just stinky. We'll say that. James Harden last night. We're over some playoff stats now here, right quick. James Harden last night. 33 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, shot 70%. James Harden and PG in the fourth quarter were fantastic. Like, James Harden's played really good in these playoffs so far. Anthony Edwards last night, 40 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. Remember when Beal said, I've never been swept a day in my life? I'll be damned if that happens. But he has a real potential to be the face of the league. And Jalen Brunson yesterday had 47 points and 10 assists. 47 points at home. And get a 3-1 lead. Porter Jr. says he wants to return to the NBA. If I have the opportunity to go back to the NBA, then I'll probably go back to the NBA. If it's not the NBA, I don't want to play for no other club than PAOK. Who want me? Oh, 100% no. You had like 3 chances. What makes you think you deserve another chance? Especially if you're a woman to be here, by the way, Kevin Porter. Nobody's gonna want that. Oklahoma City's Mark Daignault has won the 2023-24 NBA Coach of the Year award. Well deserved. Took a team from the 10th seed last year to the number 1 seed this year, and will most likely advance to the Western Conference semis. So, Minnesota Timberwolves coach Chris Finch is feared to have a torn patellar tendon in his knee on a late-game collision during Game 4 win in Phoenix, sources say. So, you have Mike Conley kind of hit by Booker a little bit, just a little bit, slight bit, knocked him out of bounds, hit Chris Finch right in the knee, and he has a torn patellar tendon. One of the craziest injuries. What are they gonna? Is he gonna be on a scooter in Game 2? I don't know. Like, this injury-ridden playoffs called a coach now. No one's safe. Here's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Here was this thing from Shams here, which I thought was interesting. The last thing here, this NBA video. So, inside the warning voice of Frank Vogel, basically this article with Doug Holler at The Athletic. Around the Suns and their big three, what comes for one of the NBA's most expensive rosters after a sweep. And here's where I think things broke the Suns. So Frank Vogel entered the home locker room at a Footprint Center and led into his team after the Phoenix Suns had fallen to a 35-4 hole en route to the loss to the LA Clippers on April 9th. The head coach yelled so much that his voice could be heard outside the locker room. There was only one problem. On this night, the Suns players weren't buying it. The outburst seemed forced and out of character in their eyes. It continued the next day's shoot-around in Los Angeles. Vogel tearing to the Suns before that night's road win over the Clippers. Vogel's eruption left players rolling their eyes like rolling their eyes. Sources briefed on the matter told The Athletic. One player even told The Athletic he had to keep from laughing. Oh, the Phoenix Suns are just a mess. And then you came into the fact like, how I was mentioning, how Kevin Durant never felt comfortable with his offense alongside Booker and Beal this year. And then the thing I just read here about Frank Vogel, the Phoenix Suns are just a mess right now. Kevin Durant, I won't be surprised if he leaves soon. Honestly. So, man, Shams had this locked and loaded with a Doug Holler. But I feel like he's probably been working on this for weeks. Incredible preparation and execution after they get swept. But yeah, Frank Vogel's probably gonna get fired. I don't think he should. I don't think he should get blamed for it. But he probably will. Yeah, it's really all the NBA news I want to talk about here. So until next time, Malcolm Light. Peace.